Roch Kubatko from MASNsports.com School of Rock is joining us now. Roch, give us an update now on Tim Beckham. What's the latest?
He was Cobb County last night with Alex on the mound.
That's exactly
anyway,
right.
we all love a pun, don't we? Tim Beckham, he was eligible to come off the 60-day DL today, but he's not here, and we weren't even looking for him. He's going to be activated, it looks like, on Monday when the team starts that 4-game series at home against the Mariners. He's only 2 for 19 on this assignment, but they're not really worried about that. They just want to make sure that he's fully healed, healthy, and then goes back to third base, at least for now. We'll see if a spot opens at shortstop and what happens there. I think part of the reason they held off a few more days, they want to give him a few more at-bats down below, but also a little bit of a stall until they were going to decide what the corresponding roster move would be. It seems a little more obvious now with Donnie Hart called up as an extra reliever. He may have to hop on that shuttle and get settled on Monday, but before that, there was kind of the question of would it be Wilkerson, would it be Peterson, how are they going to make room? Is it going to be an outfielder? They've made quite a few moves these last few days, but apparently Tim is 100% now, and there's a lot of interest in the organization to see how much of a better player they're going to get now since he's had this core muscle surgery. He had tears on both sides of the groin. I don't have a chart for you. Take my word for it. There are no illustrations here. But you know, he brought that from Tampa, so maybe that's hindered him over his career. So they're anxious to see a fully healthy Tim Beckham and what kind of player they get.
Now, you mentioned Donnie Hart a couple of seconds ago. Steve Wilkerson goes back down for Donnie Hart to come up to be in the Orioles bullpen today. But let's talk a little bit about Steve Wilkerson, who had a hit, great defensive play last night, and had his family there in Atlanta. How about the early impressions of Steve Wilkerson?
Yeah, the good news is he's made the same impression that he'd already made on him because they've really liked him for a while. He just confirmed everything they knew about him. They like the fact he's a switch hitter, looks like he knows how to handle the bat, but just the versatility. I mean, he played outstanding defense at third base. Shortstop was supposed to be the weaker of his positions, which is why there were some concerns about could he be a true utility player. You normally want that to be a better position, but he's worked hard there. Second base, when he was serving that 50-game suspension in Florida, they had him working out at first base, center field. He's the emergency catcher. They've been looking for the next Ryan Flaherty. Who would have thought it was so hard to replace Flash? And Buck has said many times it's really important now. Every team needs that super utility guy, especially if you want to go with the extra reliever in the bullpen. A lot of clubs have 8-man bullpens now and 3-man benches. You need a guy who can move around all over. Wilkerson, a very mature kid, went to Clemson University, 8th-round pick. Just everything about him they have liked. He came here, he confirmed that, and he really did save the game last night. It's easy to overlook that in a 15-inning game. You kind of forget some of those key moments, especially guys like me rewriting my gamer 15 times. But charging Swanson's slow roller, 2 outs in the 14th, a runner at third, and making that throw, that could have been a walk-off otherwise. He fielded the ball cleanly, strong, accurate throw. That was really impressive. So they did not want to have to send him down. They just needed a fresh arm after 15 innings. Otherwise, he would still be here right now.
Great point there, Roch. Now let's talk a little bit about Caleb Joseph. He started the last 4 games since he's been called up from Norfolk. Is he now the Orioles' regular catcher?
It looks like it, which is I thought what he was supposed to be when they broke camp. Then it became sort of a shared thing, platoon, with Chance Sisco, the rookie, who's a left-handed hitter. Here you've got now 2 right-handed bats with Austin Wynns, but I just think he's the guy they want to go to every day if they can. Wynns will still get in there, but Caleb has done everything they wanted him to do when he went back down. They know he's going to hit, but really they want him to focus more, relax, focus on the defense. His work behind the plate looked like it slipped a little bit. He was 4 for 19 throwing out runners. I think he's 2 for 4 since he came back. It's not always the catcher's fault, of course. The pitcher has to be able to hold a runner and give you a chance, but he just looked better, stronger, accurate throws. I've been watching him, and I'm sure Demper would appreciate this and has seen this. The way he's been framing some pitches. David Hess, Wednesday night in D.C., he pulled a couple balls up into the strike zone that were low. Saw him do it again last night, the times that I was able to pay attention and not rewrite my gamer. So he's just framing pitches better. He's just doing a really solid job behind the plate. So I think primarily he's going to be the guy that they want to run out there, give him those starts and try and keep Wynns engaged. There was some talk about maybe sending down Wynns before they decided to make Chance Sisco that guy instead. But they wanted to get Caleb back up here. He had done enough down in AAA. It was time for him to come back. And I think it's just good for them to have that veteran presence. It's nice to have 2 rookie catchers that you think highly of. It's tough just to carry them exclusively on a 25-man roster.
Well, Roch, as always, we appreciate your inside information on the Orioles. We'll check you out on MASNsports.com School of Rock. Roch Kubatko there in Atlanta.